This morning, we got up super early. We have to get an early morning start for our third amazing episode here in the Dolomites. Now we are heading to one of the most iconic places. When you say Dolomites, this is one of the most famous that you see all the pictures of. But this town where we need to start our adventure is difficult for parking a van. There is only one option, and there are a lot of vans here in the Dolomites. So that's why we got such an early start, hoping we'll be able to get in there and squeak out a parking spot. Because if not, we'll have to regroup and figure out what else we can do today. We're also up against the weather. We believe there's bad weather rolling in tomorrow. Now that doesn't mean we're completely finished here in the Dolomites. We'll have to see how it works out. But that means we really need to do this iconic adventure today. But as we make our drive to this new spot, we're going through, for the first time, ski resorts, where there's actually a lot of hotels where if you're coming here not in a van, this is where you would come to stay, is in these towns. This would be your home base, staying in a hotel or a little bed and breakfast in these cute little resort villages. So cross your fingers that we can find us a parking spot today. We're getting closer to our destination. But we just passed the milk truck. Now, he had come to town and stopped right on a little intersection road, and all the local farmers had come in, pulling their little canister trailers of milk, and he was suctioning that milk up into the big milk truck. So we're passing some cows. There's obviously some small rural little dairies in this area, and that was just a pretty cool thing to see, how the milk gets carried to the bigger cities from the farms. There was a hike through this area that Curt had wanted to do called Grand Sur, like a medium level 3 or 4 hour hike, right, Curt?
CIR.
And it's right up there in those peaks. But we had read on the reviews and on our parking app that we use, Park for Night, that the parking lots in that area were closed right now for construction. Those reviews were about 2 weeks old, but as you can see coming through there, the parking lots are still closed. So we made the right call to unfortunately skip that hike, because there would have been no way we could have got in there. I mean, there was 4 or 5 spots, but it would have been whoever the lucky duck was. But this is the Garden Valley, Val Gardenia, and it's supposed to be one of the most beautiful in the Dolomites to drive through. Curvy switchback roads and beautiful views and rolling green valleys, and we're just getting started, and it is already putting on a show. Well, we did it. We got lucky, and there was a line of motorhomes parking, and we were a little too long to fit over there, but he squeezed us over here. This is probably the only parking spot in the place that we would actually fit in, over here by the containers. But we made it. It's still early. We can have breakfast and then get ready for our adventure. Good driving, Curdy. All right, the van is secure. The kitties are secure. We were successful in parking in this town. It starts with an O. I'm gonna have to put it on the screen. But I think we're fixing to walk through a pretty little Italian Dolomite village. Cavallino Bianco Family Spa and Grand Hotel has a Mackin pool, but it also has a goat farm. So if you're coming, I think that's where you want to stay.
And we're kind of in a valley, and lifts are going up on both sides.
Maybe there's a hike over there, Curt.
But coming up through this little town is really cool. Now we've been coming through the Dolomites and we've really driven through a lot of these little sort of ski resort towns or summer resorts, whatever you want to call them. We really haven't stopped and got up into one, so this is pretty cool, and I think we picked a pretty good one to come visit. But you can see all the shops and the hotels, and it is gorgeous.
I gotta tell you guys, from my research, I was afraid I was gonna have to walk up this hill through the town, and I was really worried it was gonna wear me out before we even got there. But look at this. They're taking me up there in style. Woohoo!
I've never been so happy to see an escalator.
I was really, really excited. I thought this was gonna be like a 10 break hour walk up this hill just to get to where we're trying to go. But they have us escalators, looks like almost all the way up. Good job, Italy.
Snow has never been so happy to see an escalator. She's doing the escalator dance. Oh, look at this. Snow, today is your day. All right, guys. Snow's getting our lift tickets now, and this is the expensive ride. This is 45 euros a piece. 90 total, but if you can see that mountain face up there kind of silhouetted, that's where we're going up there.
But we haven't told you the name of where we're going yet. This is Seceda, probably the most famous there is in the Dolomites. That's why it was 90 euros. All right, we are loaded up into the gondola, headed up. Let's go.
All right, guys, looks like the next step is to go on this big box car up to the top. So we're in line, here we go.
So the first gondola ride was a small little gondola where we were able to talk to our nice new neighbors. This one, Kurt showed you, we just missed it. But it looks like they cram maybe about 20 people in this one. And that thing is moving fast. But that's how we get all the way to the top up there. All right, we're almost to the top. You excited, Kurt?
Ready? 3-minute ride.
All right, first things first, we're gonna try to get to the view before it gets more crowded up here. But I also think we might eat some lunch or at least a snack up here. But let's go see this beautiful place. Welcome to Seceda. All right, guys, when we decided we were going to travel around the world in a van, there were a few milestone things that I really, really wanted to see. Penguins in South America, butterflies in Mexico, mountain gorillas in Uganda, and to stand on the edge of this jaggedy, slanted cliff in the Dolomites, Italy, was one of my top 5. And when I had the heart attack and got my diagnosis, the fear of not being able to finish our journey around the world was one thing for sure. But then we slowly managed to figure out how to travel at a different pace. And in the back of my mind, with the elevation that's involved in this one, was still something I feared that I was going to miss out on. And it's still, I don't know if I'll get right to the edge where I wanted. And if this is as far as I get, that's good enough. But my goal today, and I've been saving up my energy for this one, is to get up to the very edge of this cliff we're taking you to. And you'll see it's a steep one. And I might pay for it for a day or two. But you guys come on and go with me. Let's see if we can check this one off the list. heart failure and all.
Experience the wonder, experience new life. A world full of color stretches the sky if we wake up our hearts and see it all. Experience a sight that's never been seen. Discover a feeling unlike anything. Oh, awake in the moment, here and now. Discover it all. And see it all. Discover the new, open our eyes. This is where our dreams come alive. I see the light, I hear the call. Discover it all. Discover. Discover it all. Breathless in awe, we stand amazed in all of this goodness that has been made. Oh, we lift up our hands and see it all. Just stop and listen and feel again. It's time to breathe, it's time to begin. Oh, and this is the moment, here and now. Discover it all. Discover the new, open our eyes. This is where our dreams come alive. I see the light, I hear the call. Discover it all. Discover, discover, discover it all.
I made it, guys. Right out to the edge. I don't want to get any closer. I did it.
And it's always good to get out here early. You can see behind us that whole thing is full of people. We kind of took a little shortcut across the way, and you can see there's just a line of people everywhere. We're gonna head back up there and see if we can get some views.
I want to get up there too. Okay. I'm only half done, guys. Well, I might even call it a third done, because now it's time to walk up this hill. Up there, that's the goal. Let's go. I don't know if it looks like it, but I feel like I'm walking straight up. This is a pretty steep slope. Look at that. I truly think that's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen.
Snow's working on making the difficult climb uphill, so I hustled ahead. I wanted to get out to this point. Snow won't come out here, and to be honest, you might even be a little nervous if I come out here, but it's straight down that way. Over there through that valley is where the cable car comes up, and over to the right is where we have these epic sheer cliffs. So we're gonna go on down here, and you can see all the photographers and droners and videographers out here. So we're gonna go see if we can get on that fun. But first, we gotta get down this mess. And from this vantage point, you can just see the different layers of sediment, the different layers of rock, and it looks like they've just been pushed out from the earth, pushed up however they could, bent, mangled, jagged, right up to the sky. And then that down there, well, it stayed there, but this pushed up. Crazy. Look at that. Let's go back and catch up with Snow.
All right, guys. Curt had actually called me, told me he thought it was too steep and that I shouldn't come up. But it's a goal, and it's one I gotta do. And I'm so close. Let me show you how close. That's it. That's all that's left. I've already done all that behind me. I'm gonna make it. I also gotta tell y'all, this place is making me a bit emotional. When I almost died, it's one of the places I thought I'd never get to. Sorry, I'm a bit sappy today. But it's beautiful here. And I only have 50 more feet and I'll be able to say I did it. So let's go. I'm almost there, guys. I'm almost there. There's Curt.
And I got back here just in time to see Snow making it up to the top. That was her goal, that was her dream. She climbed it, she's gotta be worn out. I told her she didn't have to, it was too steep. And she insisted, and she made it. Good job, hon, good job.
I made it.
That was a steep one of those, huh?
Yeah.
I said it before as we first got here, I'm gonna say it again. This place, and I believe this is the Gardenia Valley, in any event, this is probably the place in the Dolomites you wanna come ski. Now, we have seen some beautiful, stunning places, and to be honest, it'd be hard to pick the wrong place to ski here. But everywhere we look around in this valley, there's ski slopes that kind of all come down to these different cities. And Snow and I were talking, it looks the way this whole thing is shaped is you can go up one and come down in another town and take another lift, and you can just ski around this whole entire area. And while some of these peaks aren't quite as majestic as some of the other ones we saw, believe me, there is plenty of eye candy here. These mountains and this little ridge here, the Seceda Ridge, is something to behold in the nature. What a beautiful day, guys. We got really lucky with the weather. We're at about 8,200 feet, which is Snow's limit. She pushed herself up the hill. She made it. I'm super proud of her. And you know what? This is probably where we're gonna kind of push out of the Dolomites. So this is kind of the Dolomites grand finale, if you will.
Good one.
But we still got some more stuff. We're probably gonna go over and grab some lunch and head down. We gotta go grocery shopping.
Oh, yeah,
we got
right.
a lot of stuff. We got a lot of stuff to do, guys. We've been living like hobos for the last couple weeks just because we didn't want to miss a moment of our time here in the Dolomites. But with these big paragliders floating around and the wildflowers all over these big green pasture lands,
Unbelievable.
Dolomites, you are special. One last look, guys, at Seceda and the beautiful Gardenia Valley below. We're headed right over there. See if we can get something to drink and a snack. We're almost there.
Look at these pretty blue flowers. They're some of my favorites. At night, they close up. And when the sun comes out, they open back up. And I think the weatherman was right. There's some clouds starting to roll in, even over there on Seceda. So I think we timed everything just right again today. We've been so lucky.
So this is definitely a special occasion because, for a lot of reasons, not only Snow's accomplishment, but the Dolomites have been epic, and it's winding down. And, you know, it's been a little bit expensive here, but we're gonna have one more splurge while we're here. And so here's the menu. I've already ordered for Snow. She doesn't even know. She just got here. I got her a large apple juice, me a large water.
Perfect.
And I spoiled her and got her barbecue pork ribs with potatoes.
Oh, perfect.
And for me, I got the egg potato with the local ham. It's like a breakfast skillet, and I've been out of eggs for about 3 days, so I've been missing my breakfast.
Perfect.
So I'm gonna dig in.
Perfect,
Food's
perfect.
on the way, drinks are on the way. We're gonna settle in and get some food. All right, I got the eggs, the speck, which is like bacon or pancetta, and potatoes.
I got enough ribs to feed 27 people.
Oh, don't worry, I'll help with those
These
ribs.
potatoes look great. This looks like some sort of a coleslaw, and I got a little hot sauce.
Looks yummy.
We've made it back down both gondola rides. We got lucky and we had another nice family in with us on our gondola ride from South Korea. But I wanted to point out how many bikes there are in this area. So if you are a mountain biking enthusiast, you want to put this place on your list for sure. Once again, I am pretty darn happy for these escalators. Even though it's down, I'm pretty worn out, but
How many steps do you have so far?
when we were at lunch, it was 7,700. We got to get to the grocery store and then back to the van. What's your guess on my steps once we get there, Kurt?
8,500.
I'm going 9,100. Are you stopping to smell the roses?
They smell like roses. Over here they have bread with no crust. My fave.
Crustless bread. This is definitely a resort town grocery store, but we are able to get our basics, which was important. Almond milk, peppers, onions, eggs, bread. Just the basics. There goes Kurt lugging our groceries. He's got about a 3-minute walk, some of it uphill. I told him to go ahead. I'd get there when I got there. Almost back to the van, guys. Home sweet home. Woohoo! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 vans in this parking lot. Nice that they're letting the vans park here. Now the rules for this parking lot actually say no camper vans, no motorhomes. But we had read some reviews that they were letting people park here. But just to be warned, we're getting close to busy season, and during the high season, it might not be an option. And then the way to get here is a little more difficult. But it's worth giving it a try, guys. Because it's the closest you're gonna park to Seceda. How are the kitties?
They're okay. It's Snow is tuckered out. And it turns out she was the one who was right about the steps. 9,500. Is that a new personal best since the heart attack?
No. We did 12,000 in Budapest.
Light.
There was so much elevation here, guys. Some extreme climbing up at high levels, and I am tuckered out, but I am okay. I knew I was going to do this today, and tomorrow is a scheduled rest day, and it was worth every single step. Good morning. We are leaving our in the city campsite that worked out perfect. Not really an ideal place for the kitties, so we're getting an early start. And if you look around, you will see cloudy skies. I think we made a really good move yesterday. What do you think, Kurt?
Ooh. Yeah, the weather was absolutely stunning. The views were stunning yesterday. The clouds are setting in today. The rain is supposed to be here. And we had some people knock on our door and say, what the heck's going on with this weather? And we said, we're getting out of here.
So diesel here in northern Italy has gone up a few cents
per liter. We're looking at $1.84 a liter, which is $7.36 a gallon. So we weren't empty, but we wanted to stop for coffee because we skipped that this morning. So we just put in 46 liters, so basically $84 for about a half a tank of fuel. Now this morning, we had to get a really early start leaving our parking lot. I was still kind of asleep when we were leaving. We didn't want to get charged for another 24-hour cycle. As a camper van there, you pay for 24 hours no matter how long you stay. So if we didn't get out of there early, we would have had to pay another $14. So we got on the road early. I would say we have about a 2-hour drive planned today. We are headed to a campsite in Austria. Now I know we've already toured a lot of Austria, but we're headed there on our way to Switzerland. Now we don't have the exact Switzerland plan outlined yet. Switzerland is known to be very expensive. It is apparently in most places illegal to camp and sleep in your car for free. So we will have to do campsites. And I think you'll probably, if you watch other van life channels, you'll probably hear people say we're gonna go through Switzerland fast. And that's why it's very expensive. So we're gonna camp for a couple of days in Austria at a nice relaxing campground, get some laundry done, change the sheets, do a little bit of work on the van. There's some maintenance that needs to be done. Edit some videos for you guys, of course. But the main thing we need to do is map out our plan for Switzerland. It's also prime time, high season, and there's a chance that we may need to book some of our campsites in advance. That is not the way we normally travel. So we're gonna stop, get a good plan, haul butt through Switzerland, show you how beautiful it is. We're not skipping it. We're just gonna be a lot more organized and go through there with a purpose. And then we'll pop out on the other side, and then we'll be getting really close to time for us to have to leave the Schengen visa zone, and we will be heading towards the United Kingdom. So that is what's going on. We're gonna take a break for a couple of days, get a plan, and then take you guys to Switzerland. So with that, this is going to wind down our Dolomites. 4 wonderful episodes. We spent almost 2 weeks there, maybe a week and a half. We only had one day where weather got us. We were incredibly fortunate. The Dolomites are so special. I think in the future you will see me drop a special video on how to do van life in the Dolomites, and it will include how you can rent your own camper van and go take 10 days and do what we just did, because it is unfreaking believable. Now I don't know exactly when that video is going to come out, but it's one I feel like I'm pretty sure going to drop for you guys. So with that, we're going to wind this video down. We'll see you guys in a few days from either leaving Austria or maybe we'll be crossing the border into Switzerland. But that's our plan. And here comes Kurt with our coffee. Look at that.
It's really hot. You're going to want to put in your own cup,
It's
probably.
really hot coffee.
If you liked this video, be sure to hit that thumbs up button. It really helps us a lot. And if you want to see more of our videos, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that notification bell so you know when new videos come out. We'll see you guys in a few days from somewhere out here in the world. Cheers.